Okay, guys, welcome back. It is Punt Factor here. It has been a while since I've posted any sort of video. I kind of had to take a little bit of a break from Magic, real life stuff, and I am back now. So I'm trying something that I've never really given too much of a go. I've never been a big fan of blue decks, but Pioneer is such an awesome format right now. That I just kind of wanted to try something that I've never really tried before, and I sort of really fell in love with how this deck works, and I feel like it's pretty powerful. So I'm testing a few things out. So let me go over the deck real quick first. We have 23 lands, 21 of which are just basic islands, and I'm running 2 Nykthos. In the 1-drop slot, we have Siren Storm Tamers. I did have an additional 4 cards in this slot, but I kind of removed them for some other things that I'll get into a little later. And then I'm also running 4 Curious Obsession. I think the card draw is important. I also found myself, if I wanted a target to stick, so let's say I play a Tempest Djinn, and typically that's like a Lightning Rod for my opponent's removal. Well, if my Curious Obsession is on another creature, they have a tough time, especially if the other creature also has evasion. They have a tough time deciding what they want to get rid of. And for that reason alone, I like it. I also like that, it adds 1 more devotion to the table. So, yeah, this card's pretty sweet. Into the 2-drop slot, I have 3 Harbinger of the Tides, 4 Merfolk Tricksters. You'll notice I'm not running Tidebinder Mages in the main board. I toss those over in the side. Onto the 3-drop slot, I have 3 Thasses. I was running 2, but I found that, when I would find a Thassa early, I would drop it even just for the scry. Late, it's fantastic. This card, when this card is active and on the battlefield, I tend to not lose too many of those games. So I want to make sure that I see a Thassa at some point in time in the match. A very new addition is the 3 Brazen Borrowers main. So I haven't run them too much. I only have about excuse me, like 6 games with Brazen Borrower. But I like the tempo play of Petty Theft, and I like that it has Flash. So kind of giving that a go here. Obviously 4 Tempest Djinns, and I have my 4 Wizard Retorts, which I love this card. It's fantastic. I'll probably never take it out of the main board. And then at the top end here, I have 4 Master of Waves and 4 Gadwicks. Master of Waves is obviously, that's pretty self-explanatory. 4 Gadwicks, I never mind seeing this card in multiples. So a lot of the times, even just playing it for 3, not only is it 3 Devotion, which is fantastic, but its second ability of when you cast a blue spell, you can tap something down, it's fantastic. It's definitely, underrated, or it's better than what it seems when you first read the card. So a lot of the times I'll play one of these out, turn 3 or whatever, and then I'll have another one in hand, cast the next one for actual card value, and drawing those cards, and just keep the one that's untapped. It's a good card all around. Jumping into the sideboard's still kind of a work in progress. The Drakes I like, against the mono red decks, the Gruul matchups. I also like the Drake with Curious Obsession. A lot of those matchups have a lot of spot removal, and at the end of the day, if you don't have your Curious Obsession, because for a while I actually just took these cards out of the deck. And I noticed that it's like, well, my Drake's just a 1/1. Sure, it can chump for days, but a lot of the time, those decks will go wider than you, and especially if they can just continue to pick off your other threats. So I found that, tossing a Curious Obsession on this thing and just even getting the card draw is better than getting the chump blocker. Because a lot of the times I can tap their stuff down other ways to kind of negate the damage of their attacks, where if I can get the Drake just to continue to draw me cards, it's awesome. So 3 Tidebinder Mages in the sideboard, 4 Mystical Disputes. I think it's a fantastic card. 2 Ashiok Dream Renders here. and then 2 Damping Spheres. The Ashiok's I'm not sure of yet. So I'm kind of debating. We'll see how that all shakes down. But we're going to go ahead. That's the deck. We're going to jump into a Pioneer League. Let's pay some monies. Let's get in. League match 1. Do I have any more coffee? I do. Is it probably cold? Maybe. Not cold enough. I'll continue to drink it. So, yeah, hey, I appreciate your guys' comments on the channel. A couple things I did want to touch on. I know the mic quality in this headset sucks. I also do have a podcast we record live where we have a much nicer setup. We, go in and edit things in Adobe Audition. But I don't do that for this channel. However, I have been looking into a personal mic that I can keep at my house and not bring home from our quote-unquote studio. So in the very near future, next couple of weeks, look for the sound quality of my microphone to get much better. We're going to keep this hand. It's not super exciting, but we can hopefully turns, 2 into 3. We can kind of like tempo. Oh, man. Thoughtseize. Traverse. Okay. What are they traverse? Okay, just a basic forest. Let's just go ahead and play. Let's pass turn, actually. We'll play our Trickster. If it's something we really need to bounce, we'll play the Trickster, tap it, and then we'll bounce it with Harbinger. Perfect. This is actually what we're looking to do. Go ahead and swing here. And let's just play our Harbinger out. Bounce this. It's a good tempo play there. And then we can play our Tempest Shin. Hopefully we actually start drawing some action. There's an elf. Cool. Another land. Probably get them down to 12 here. So this is going to be an interesting spot. Maybe I should have just swung in with 1 and held back. Okay. So our Tempest Gen's probably going to die here. Yep. That's fine. We'll be able to kill Vraska. We really need to start seeing some action. Oh, 3 cards. What do we put? Put a Fatal Push in. Okay. Cool. Another island. That's really exciting. I'm gonna send both in to Vraska, just in case they have a push. Perfect. And if we don't start drawing action, this matchup is definitely, we feel fine. At least I do. I feel really good, against this matchup. But when you're drawing just straight lands, it makes it very difficult, obviously. Let's take a look at what they are packing. Traverse, Abrupt Decays, Lily. Okay. Another island. That's helpful. It's very helpful, actually. Yep. Okay, so I'm just gonna take the 7 here. I think it's probably better to have the devotion out. What gets us out of this situation? I don't think I don't think anything at this point. Okay, so Brazen Borrower. What are we bouncing? Three, four, so 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yeah, okay, that's fine. That's Look at that. We drew nothing but lands that entire game. Okay. So Ashiok might not be horrible here. Um, Obviously, Tidebinder Mage seems really good. Um, I feel like this is about anytime you're playing against green black X, we're looking for card advantage. Trickster's nice. Siren Storm Tamer's fantastic because of their spot removal. We could probably get rid of. Let's go down to Brazen Borrower. Um, is Ashiok actually worth it? Let's take out Ashiok. Let's get on a Harbinger. I don't know if I want to get on a Thassa. We could probably get on a Master of Waves. They're probably going to have ways. I mean, well, they do have ways of easily killing Master of Waves. Um, with that being said, is it better to go down to 2 Master of Waves and bring in the other Harbinger or Brazen Borrower? So Abrupt Decay doesn't hit Master of Waves. Fatal Push doesn't hit Master of Waves. No, I think that's fine. Let's try something like that. Just bring the Tidebinders in. Honestly, last game we started off really strong. If we just would have had, something other than mana the entire game. And this is a bit mana heavy, but if our Thassa doesn't get taken, we'll be able to start really kind of filtering the top of our deck, which will feel nice. I don't mind seeing a Wizard's Retort in the opener. Okay, just F6 this turn here. We see a Thoughtseize. Yep, there goes our Thassa. Look, an island. I'm running 23 lands in this deck, which isn't like a million. Okay, so we have Wizard's Retort up. We can play Trickster. He knows about Wizard's Retort, but I can't let that resolve. Thoughtseize. We might as well retort that. There's a Kalitas. So I think we still play this. Let's go ahead and get in here. Thassa was a good top deck. There's a Grim Flare. Whoa there, magic sounds. Okay, Kalitas. Do we have a Fatal Push to follow it up? Okay. Harbinger. The only reason I like Harbinger is if he has a way of killing anything, Thassa is no longer a creature. And this guarantees that he needs to have some sort of, 2 pieces of removal. He can only use 1 right now. But I don't want this card. It doesn't do anything right now. This is risky, especially with all the islands we've been drawing. But I am going to put that on the bottom. If it was a Trickster, it would be a snap draw. Like 100%. He's thinking about it. He's thinking about pushing something before. Okay, that was what I needed. It's what I needed. It was what I wanted. Perfect. I didn't mind swinging in with Thassa there. I don't mind taking a bit of a beating from Kalitas. I mean, we're at 20. I mean, we have lethal with Thassa on board. Vraska. What's she gonna do? So he'll get a zombie. Okay, that's fine. So once again, we're in a situation where if he has another removal spell, which it kind of looks like I mean, he has to. 11, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, he doesn't have another piece of removal. So what do we get here? Tidebinder Mage? So let's think here. We have 5 mana. We pay 2. We need to kill Vraska. It's actually a weird spot. So 1/2, 1/2 unblockable on the Trickster. Curious Obsession. That's fine. Let's do that. Yeah, let's do that. So we're gonna Curious Obsession Thassa. We are going to. He doesn't have any mana open, so I'll just do this now. So this is going to go at Vraska. This is going to go at face. It's going to kind of be incentivized to, yeah, to block. Let's tap down Grim Flare. Six, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 3, 5, 16. Oh. Emrakul. Huh. Okay. Protection from instance. Cool, but I can still counter it. That's dumb. Take 5. Is it 14, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Storm Tamer. No. That's a good card. Let's rip a land. Let's rip a land. Ask and you shall receive. So, Emrakul costs 13. Costs 1 less for each card type. So, sorcery, planeswalkers. So, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We don't have an instant in the graveyard. Did cost 13, right? I think so. So he has an Emrakul unknown. He can't cast this thing. Or did I just absolutely screw up? Oh, man. Enchantment. Okay. Enchantment. Wow. Wow, 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 wow. I screwed up. Surprised he didn't counter my Master of Waves. That was dumb of him. Put it on the bottom. Okay. Let's bring in our other Master of Waves and drop. Drop a Storm Tamer. Oh, man. I should have brought in Ashiok. But that's okay. This is good. This is a nice little curve here. We have our 3 lands. Got our Thassa. No Thoughtseize, no Thoughtseize, no Thoughtseize. There's a Thoughtseize. Okay. So probably Thassa, I would assume. I'm okay if he takes Master of Waves. Because okay, yeah, I figured. Because Thassa is just such a good card. Can we please not draw straight lands? I mean, maybe going down to 22 lands is where I need to be. I don't know. I feel like I've been drawing a ton of lands. Probably Fatal Push here. Would make sense. Nope. Courser. There's another Thoughtseize. So let's go ahead and Tidebinder Mage this thing down. Cast our Obsession on the Harbinger. Swing in for 3 here. Yes. Another land. That's unrealistic. So he's going to Thoughtseize us. He's going to take our Master of Waves. Maybe not. There we go. Probably going to get rid of this. Yep. Okay. Let's go ahead and swing. Let's kill Vraska. Play a Master of Waves. So we know he has a Thoughtseize in his hand. There goes our Brazen Borrower. Do we have a Fatal Push for the Master of Waves? No. Courser? Okay, let's get some action here. That's pretty much what I was looking for. I'm totally good with that. Can you believe that, guys? Because I can't. So he takes 4 here. That's fine. Seriously, I can't believe that. Like, see, yeah, both these courses are just going to get out of hand. I cannot believe I'm drawing this many lands. 23 is not an unreasonable number. I mean, yeah, our curve is low, but like, I don't know. I feel like running 21, maybe 22 is the correct amount. I'm not sure. So this, okay, so we dodge this. He's probably going to hit maybe Tidebinder. Okay, Gadwick. That was probably right. It's another Master of Waves. Pretty solid. Let's go ahead and hit Vraska here. Okay, so Fatal Push happens. 9. Yeah, these coursers are going to be pretty brutal. Definitely tough. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14. Yeah, let's play that. Let's tap that down and let's swing in here. Let's see what we can do. . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . Traverse. What are we traversing for? Whoop, sorry guys, here's the top of his library. I forgot that my beautiful face is in the upper right hand corner here. Okay guys, we got there. Against Green Black Rock. Awesome. Even drawing 1.5 million lands. So cool guys. That was round 1. Stay tuned for more Mono Blue Devotion. More to come, guys.